This is the U.S. versus Ghislaine Maxwell. There was another. There's so many lawsuits, which with underage sex trafficking, there kind of should be. So let me give you a quick recap. This is going to be happening really now, jury selection over the Thanksgiving break. I don't know when they necessarily recess. They're waiting to see the names of those involved with the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. So a past civil lawsuit against Jeffrey Epstein by the alleged victims gave some clues as to who could be the co-conspirators. It listed Harvey Weinstein, Miramax, and Disney. Also the lawsuit...
No. There's a lot more.
There's more?
There's more, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Keep going down.
I think there's a few more than just...
Universal co-conspirators, Universal Music Group, Beyonce, Kanye West, and Sprint. Well, I guess they couldn't get kids interested in Boost.
Wow.
So the lawsuit also says that...
Stephen, I'm sorry. There's more.
There's more people listed? More companies listed?
There's more on the list.
There's
a couple more,
It's a longer list if you'll...
Oh, okay.
The page.
That's right. I have it. Also listed Viacom, CBS, the 1953 Trust, Rock Nation, Robert Kelly, David Boyce, Milton Brown, NYPD, and Sony. And Sony, moving on with
I hate to say this, but I mean, it really is kind of like the whole world.
How many people have been involved with underage sex trafficking?
I don't...
And no one knew?
It's a secret.
There's more?
A little more.
Not a lot, sure.
Yeah, all right, okay. So also named in the lawsuit, U.S. versus Ghislaine Maxwell, the assistant to Jeffrey Epstein, who helped rape countless underage women. Def Jam Recordings, Marcelo Clark, Virgil Abloh, Parkwood Entertainment, Sir Philip Green, Black Cube Ltd, Terrence Thornton, Vivendi, S.A. I don't know. Note that the civil suit was dismissed on standing, kind of like the election lawsuits.
But just to top it off, I guess, Joe Biden actually just promoted the judge and kind of federalized him a little.
Former Vice President Joe Biden?
Former Vice President Joe Biden did that.
Just federalized the judge to the appeals court?
Promoted him to a prestigious federal position. He was the presiding...
I'm sorry, the judge who's been charged?
No, it's the...
They changed it to Judge Allison Nathan is now going to...
it's...
After her promotion is going to hear the trial?
So he put in a judge...
That's right, I'm looking at this here. Guys, I'm looking at... even the New York Times said that would be a conflict of interest. President Joe Biden did it.
Former Vice President.
He did it? This is from the New York Times. It says, one hypothetical question was whether Ms. Maxwell's lawyers might seek to have the judge recuse herself because the Biden administration would be in a position to derail her promotion. Oh, they're sort of saying it like it's a negative. If she did not favor the government in her trial.
Be a shame if you lose that promotion.
Well, look, I don't know. Look, I don't want to attribute motive. I'm not in that business because it's not like the Biden family has had anything. Let's not tar and feather their reputation. The Biden family has had nothing to do with underage sex trafficking of any kind, as I understand. The Hunter Biden. Well, okay, I get it. Sins of the father and what have you, but. Former Vice President Joe Biden himself wouldn't federalize a judge because he has a vested interest in sexualizing minors.
Well, is that what he calls pumping gas?
I have no idea.
Or
right? He wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't do
House
that.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi today advised former Vice President Joe Biden to keep his distance.
Coons insisted his daughter was not disturbed by this televised nuzzle
Really?
from former Vice President
Look
Joe
at that face.
Biden in 2015.
There was a huge bank of cameras, about 50. And Joe, who knows her, leaned forward and whispered some encouragement, telling her that she was doing great, that she looked wonderful.
Twice.
Oh, no, body language doesn't speak for itself. Oh, my God.
Not today, Satan.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down.
God.
So I was trained and then watch the hair come back up again.
Okay, all right, look, what can I say? Okay, you got me. I should have done more research. Yes, Ghislaine Maxwell was involved in the underage sex trafficking with Jeffrey Epstein, and there are like a million companies who've been listed, and it was dismissed on standing. And yes, okay, Joe Biden did federalize the judge, put up someone in the Court of Appeals who may have a conflict of interest. And yes, Hunter Biden had sex with a few underage people and maybe his niece. And yes, Joe Biden is a creepy person who at the very least makes children sexually uncomfortable and has an interest in showering with his daughter. Okay, all of that may be true, but I do not want to be in the business of conjecture, and if that's so, it still does not mean that former Vice President Joe Biden would ever intervene or use any kind of presidential or vice presidential authority to somehow counteract a legal proceeding.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. Not a joke.
All right, well, look, I will say that all of this is still pure speculation at this point. YouTube, just to be clear, if you're going to fact check those things, I'm just saying that none of that adds up to anything untoward.
Right.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
It is a lifetime of coincidences. And on that note, please smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube. Comment below as to why you think this is going on and no one is covering Ghislaine Maxwell. And if you think that we should have pedophile court where we make them go walk out on a thinly iced pond. YouTube, thank you very much. We're going to play newest gender pronouns. You can piss off. It's